Working Board for People with Developmental Disabilities created a series of grants called Sparks Grants that they distributed to different people with projects in the state of Wisconsin to help improve the lives of other people with disabilities. And our group decided that we wanted to educate people in Waukesha County about the steps that people with disabilities could take in order to make sure they have access to voting.
My friend Mel is very community-minded, so approachable in the community. He rides his bike all over the place. He's a consumer of goods and services all over Waukesha. He gives to the community by getting rid of graffiti in the area, working at the Historical Society. He's very much loved by lots of people in the community and brings a certain warmth to people who get to be with him.
Mel is an excellent dancer.
I started voting more after I became involved with ACAP. Doreen helped me learn about the importance of voting. Now my mom and I go over the sample ballots together and talk about who we want to vote for. The sample ballots are in the newspaper the week before the election. I like to go to my polling place for each election. I want other people on election day to see that people with disabilities actually do get out and vote too, just like other citizens. People should vote because it is a way to help our community.
But I'm not very familiar with group home etiquette. I know Diana might have a little bit more knowledge of group homes and how they operate.
I had talked with someone who worked with a number of people who have been in group homes, and oftentimes group homes have their policy.
Hi, I am Deborah Patterson. I love being in theater productions as an actor. I love shopping and fashion. I like watching the Packers games. I like making and listening to music. I like working as an advocate for other people with disabilities. I have been voting for 27 years. Voting is important to me because I want to be part of helping make decisions that affect my community. I want my voice to be heard. I have the same rights as everybody. I need some assistance and some adaptive technology to access those rights. It is my responsibility to get the assistance I need, just like it's everyone's responsibility to do what they need to do to vote.
Deborah was very, very well known, though, because she was such a good voter and advocate for voting rights. And the people knew her and greeted her by name when she would get there. Oftentimes, they would want me to help Deborah vote because she couldn't fill out the voting card. But as I learned more about advocacy and about the importance of Deborah having the same right as anybody else and the responsibility of the poll workers, I would encourage them to work with her, and they learned more about Deborah that way and about their responsibilities, and it was a very positive experience.
I am Lorraine Lee, and this is my dad, Glenn Lee. Voting is important to me to make sure that I have an equal say in what goes on in our government. I feel that politicians are really listening to disability issues because they might not be aware of them, but we have issues and needs like everyone else. And I feel very strongly that if you want your voice heard, you should go ahead and exercise your right to vote.
For Lorraine, it was a matter, making sure that getting her registered, taking her to the county clerks. For a long time, we were taking her to the polls. People often say that who does it matter who's elected? It'll turn out the same way. Well, that's the wrong attitude to have. If people see several or dozens of people with disabilities going in and voting, the politicians will start paying more attention to them and say, hey, these people do vote.
Yep.
And we better start thinking about them a little bit when we're passing laws.
And please vote for the person that is passionate about the same thing that you are, because how are the candidates supposed to know about the issues that you might care about if you don't vote? And like I said, any election, no matter how small it is, your vote always counts.
It is very important for people from the disability communities to get out and vote. Historically, people with disabilities have voted at a lower rate than that of the general voting population, and this is because of the various barriers that they face in getting to the polls and with the voting process. We can make a difference in who's elected, which makes a difference in decisions that are made on issues that are important to the disability community.
The Constitution of the United States guarantees that every citizen in this country, no matter if they have a disability, no matter what their ethnic background, has the right to vote.
Every person should be heard. And as a democratic society, I think that's what our Constitution was intending for all of us to do. It doesn't matter what party or what political views you have. I think it's simply an important thing for everyone to exercise.
It's important to take the step to get out to vote, and also to get to know your legislator. They're individuals who put their pants on just like you and I, so they want to hear from people who hire them, the voters, to find out what is important to them.
We all have the responsibility to make good decisions and be a part of our citizenship.
We have the right to vote and we have the duty to vote also.
If you live in a group home, if you live in an institution, if you live in your own home, if you live in an apartment, everyone has the right to vote and should get out and vote.